What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Careers by Kirsty. My name is Kirsty Mitchell, and I'm super excited to be talking about this topic, okay? We're going to get into 5 pieces of advice that I wish somebody told me when I was starting out in corporate America, corporate life in general. I feel like when you're in school, they prep you on a lot of things, none of which really contribute to how to really succeed in corporate America or how to climb and navigate corporate life because it really can be very tricky. So yeah, I want to talk about 5 pieces of career advice that no one is going to tell you, and I kind of wish somebody told me, but I've had my fair share of experience in corporate America. I am a human resources professional specializing in recruitment and also diversity, equity, and inclusion. I've worked in, that area for about 7 years. And the industries that I've worked in are aerospace, healthcare, and also a little bit in accounting. So, this is really what my platform is for, just kind of sharing some of the tips that I've found helpful, and hopefully I can help you in navigating your career. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so career advice number 1, if they want to, they will. I feel like we've been taught to just assume that these organizations have such strict policies and procedures, which they do. However, at the end of the day, they pretty much do whatever they want to do. If they want to hire somebody that doesn't meet all of the job requirements, they'll hire that person because that's what they want to do. If they want to increase an employee's salary, or if they want to increase a manager's salary, they will do that if they want to. If they want to, negotiate a candidate's offer and increase their base salary, they will do that. There's a lot of gray area when it comes to business. So I feel like one of the career tips I wish I knew was that these organizations do whatever they want to do. I mean, they even do illegal things when they want to do them. It doesn't make it right, but they'll do it. And I know that it's probably not the norm, but I think that just to kind of reset our mentality that they will make exceptions for a lot of things. And I can tell you, because I've worked in HR and I've seen a lot of exceptions be made because that's what the hiring manager wanted to do, or somebody from the top wanted to make an exception and navigate within that gray area. Does that make sense? So I feel like I've kind of coached a lot of people to stop thinking on behalf of the organization and really start thinking for what benefits them instead. Number 2, everybody is just winging it. Okay, literally everyone is just trying their best. And I know we can feel like we're the only ones that have imposter syndrome, or we're the only ones that in the office that don't have it all together, but that couldn't be further from the truth. From your boss to senior management to the CEO, everyone is just taking the problem that is in front of them and trying to figure out the best course of action to handle it. Whether it's a task or a strategy or managing a project, everyone's just winging it. And I feel like that's something that should comfort all of us into just having more empathy when it just comes to people in the office. Nobody is perfect. We're all, just trying to fit in, trying to say the right things, do the right things, trying to be a good employee, whatever. But when you really realize that everyone is just out here seeing what works for them, then you kind of can relax a little bit more and chill out. It also helps you to realize that not everybody with a high title actually deserves it or actually earned it. Some people are just there. They kind of got grandfathered into a role. So don't let a title intimidate you. I like to tell the people who ask for my advice that you can literally do whatever you want to do, especially when it comes to business. I know, you can't be a doctor if you ain't got the right license. You can't be a lawyer, you can't be a pilot. But when you're in business, you can kind of navigate those waters, and it really comes just with confidence, having the confidence in your ability to figure out things, the confidence in yourself to problem solve, So you can become a director, you can become a manager, you can become your boss's boss. So don't let titles intimidate you into thinking like, oh, only he can do that and that you could never be, a team lead or, work in leadership in general. You can do whatever you want to do, girl. Number 3, being a perfectionist only hurts you in the long run. So don't even try to be perfect, okay? Being perfect takes a lot of time, and it's not sustainable. You can't be perfect all the time. And really, you're setting expectations for yourself that you're eventually going to not be able to follow through on. So when you get into a job, just focus on being a good employee and getting the job done. Don't exceed expectations all the time. Be really strategic in the areas where you want to really exceed expectations. I would say exceed expectations and become like, a perfectionist in areas that you're really passionate about, and in roles that you want to move forward in within the next 3 to 5 years. Like, be very strategic in where you show your true performance, or like where you overextend yourself in terms of your job. But don't be a perfectionist, because you're just setting yourself up to be burned out, overworked, underpaid. Okay? Let's not do that. So, yeah, don't be a perfectionist. It's not going to help you, sis. I feel like a lot more women than men really kind of have this mentality that they need to be perfect. And then when you're not perfect, you get discouraged, and then you stop caring as much. And then instead of being a good employee, you might become a worse employee than you would be if you were just doing the bare minimum. Because the bare minimum is what they hired you to do. And don't let anybody tell you that doing the bare minimum on the job is a bad thing, okay? Your labor is being exchanged for money. Be as efficient with that as possible. Don't overextend yourself, because then you're not being good to your body, you're not being good to your mental health. Stop doing that. It's not working. And not only just that, but it hurts everybody else in the organization, because you're setting expectations that they need to exceed, their job description in order to be valued, or in order to be appreciated on the team. And that shouldn't be true. If you're liking this video so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. It'll really help me to kind of keep putting out content about how to navigate corporate America, and I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's jump right back into the video. Okay, so the 4th piece of advice that no one is going to tell you is that networking is really the key to getting a promotion, getting a pay raise, and really climbing the corporate ladder. Being a good and loyal employee is not enough to get you the big bucks. It's not enough to get you to your career goals. Unfortunately, I feel like it shouldn't be that way, but the way that corporate America is set up, you need buy-in from management. It really has more to do with who can vouch for you. And this tip is especially true when you stay in one organization for a long period of time. You really need to network. You really need to cultivate a lot of relationships, just so people can vouch for you behind closed doors. So you really want to identify who are the office influencers, who are the respected leaders that can give you that buy-in and can really say, this is a good person, he's a great worker, he should be moved up, he can handle the position, she can handle the position. My Lord, look at me being freaking sexist. But mentorship is key in doing so. So having a good relationship with somebody who has been in the game, that is willing to teach you like all the ins and out of that organization, or just connects you with different leaders throughout the organization, or throughout your industry rather. That's even bigger networking. Somebody who can really plug you into industry leaders. That's huge. And a lot of that just takes soft skills. So this is where soft skills do come into play. I know that soft skills are kind of overlooked, but when you want to start moving up within your industry, with moving up within your organization, you really need to know how to communicate. You need to know how to listen. You need to have empathy. You need to spend time with people. And in this post-COVID world, it's kind of hard to have that face-to-face. We're becoming more and more detached to just like human connection at time. We're used to speaking with people through a screen, but if you can tap into just community building, relationship building, that is key, honey. You will be moving up in no time. The other way to do that is the other way to network is to move jobs quite frequently, maybe like 2 to 4 years. And that way you'll just build your network because you're in proximity to new people. You're in proximity to new leaders. You know what I mean? You will still have to cultivate relationships, but it'll come more naturally because you're in proximity. So if you want to stay in your corporation and move up the ranks, you're really going to have to tap into some of the influencers at your job, and I'd be able to identify them. If you aren't that really good with soft skills and you just kind of have like basic, communication, or you don't want to really work at networking, I would suggest switching jobs 2 to 4 years so that you can get in proximity to a lot more people, having a good reputation at each of those organizations, or keeping those relationships strong when you leave. That helps as well. And my fifth and final piece of advice is expect people to be people. What I mean by that is that people do not change once they get into the corporate setting. If anything, their true character is magnified. So expect people to lie, expect people to backstab, expect people to throw you under the bus. People do what they need to do to protect themselves, and everybody is dealing with the stress of corporate life differently. So expect people to disappoint you. And that'll help you to manage your expectations a little bit differently when it comes to relationships within the office. This will also help you to navigate your feelings accordingly. You don't want to wear your heart on your sleeve. You don't want to be so wrapped up in a corporate relationship where if they backstab you, you're throwing a stapler over their head, or you're ready to like cry in a corner. You know what I mean? So move accordingly. Expect people to disappoint you. And don't let your emotions and feelings get the best of you when it comes to relationships in the office. Well, that concludes my video for today. Let me know in the comments if these tips helped you. Follow me, subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and also share this video with someone who might need it. You can find me on Instagram and also on TikTok. I would love to keep sharing tips on how to survive corporate America because we all need it. All right, until the next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.